Well, I am Jason Heath. My wife and I actually started Haven Acres almost 8 years ago. So if you want to call me a co-founder, that's what I am. And we started in Burnsville actually. We had about a 6-acre hobby farm there. And we went to a church service and the pastor was talking about needing a dream only God could do. And my wife on the way home said, "Did you get anything out of that service?" And I'm like, "We're supposed to start a horse ranch." And we were like the first. My wife's a nurse, I was a financial advisor. We didn't know anything about horses. But yet here we are eight years later, actually because of how God worked and just kept doubling the size of our herd and our clientele and our volunteers. Now we're out in Hampton on a 14-acre hobby farm, and again, just continuing to expand, continuing to just see God's blessing over everything we're doing here. What we thought God was just going to use with just horses and kids has turned into, obviously the kids get a lot out of it. But what we have found is that all the volunteers that come out, you know, the horses, the parents, they just get a sense of peace. Even if it's only for 45 minutes to 90 minutes a week, this is where they come to have that haven that's why we call it Haven Acres, is that people can come and just get a little break from life. So that's been one of our major findings over the years, is that it's not just about the kids, it's about everybody who comes here. So we match up a horse, a child, and a mentor, and the goal is to have they work with the same horse, same mentor, same kid throughout the whole summer. So maybe a little unique from other programs, but we want that because we want that relationship to be built. One with the horse, but also with the mentor. And I think, you know, I don't know how many times I've seen kids come out and they go from timid to, by the end of the sessions, their self-esteem has grown because they realize they need to have confidence, and we can show them how to have a loving, trusting, respectful relationship with their horse, and that builds their confidence. But then also throughout the summer, we show how God wants to have a loving, trusting, respectful relationship with them through what we call modern day parables. And what we have found is that the kids can relate. A lot of times these horses have been through trauma. They've been through neglect. They've been through situations that haven't been the best. Right now we've got some really great horses, not perfect horses, but some really great horses. But we're not perfect, none of us are. But they all have a story. They all have a reason why they're here. And we've been able to actually use some of the horses like they don't see very well, or they got a blind eye, or their feet aren't the best. But yet, because they're imperfections, that's okay. And I think a lot of times the kids can actually relate to those horses a lot more than the perfect horse. But again, they're horses, they all have their own personalities. You know, they have good days and bad days, but we use those as saying, hey, I have my good days, I have my bad days, right? And I'm sure you do too. And it's amazing that, you know, when a horse isn't necessarily doing exactly what they want to do, and maybe the kid gets a little frustrated, we turn it now, what do you think your parent feels like when they're asking you to do something and you're not doing it, and all of a sudden they go, oh, I understand why my parent gets so frustrated with me. So we take those situations and, again, help those kids somehow relate. But at the same time, it's amazing how God does mesh the right horse with the right kid, with the right mentor. And then you get a lot of these kids, this is their 4th, 5th, 6th year coming back. And now they've really created a really nice relationship with the same mentor throughout the years, and just the bond that they have. And the horses have actually gotten a lot better over the years too. And that's amazing to watch, to see how each relationship develops with the kids.